Okay, I thought I was going to be finished with Imogene, but I'm not. I knew this carburetor was pretty new. I'm sorry, the coil was pretty new. Let me turn off this radio. And it wasn't an exact match. But this mower fired and started, it ran. And the problem is it ran too good, if you know what I mean. The RPMs were way too high. It sounded like the space shuttle was trying to take off. And so I usually can adjust that by moving the tension on this spring. But that wasn't it. So I kept looking at it, trying to figure it out. And, you know, you get another carburetor, you know, another one, and you look at it, and when this butterfly is all the way there, that is wide open, so it's going to run like the space shuttle. And then when the mower's running and the air vanes are pushing air, it's going to force this guy over. And my problem was, and see, that would slow it down because it's going to move it that way. That's going to close the throttle. But because this was not a perfect match, the air vane was hitting right there. So I have actually trimmed that with some snips. So now the air vane will travel like it's supposed to and go this way and really take the throttle down like it's supposed to. And I have pushed this guy so far this way that there's like no tension here. So I'll probably have to go back and redo that again. So let me do that, because I've done enough of these to where I sort of know what the correct tension looks like. And that's what was fooling me. This thing was racing and I couldn't figure out why, but it's because that coil sits up a little bit too high. So let me get my pliers that I use for this, and I'm going to move this out a little bit. You can watch me do this. Let's see, let me put something under the wheel so it doesn't move. There we go. I'm going to pull this way. It went over my barrier. Let me stick some more tools down here to put a chock under that wheel. Okay, now here we go. Okay, that moved it a little bit, but it's still wanting to run over my little tools I've got to block it. Let's see, maybe I'm gonna think out something to put under there there we go. Let's see what that's like. No, that's no good either. All right, what I'm gonna do is put that one there, and then put something on the back wheels too. Let's see. Well, you know what? I'm just going to do all four wheels. That'll help. So chock that wheel. And now, okay, I think that may work. All right, so let's try again here, because I still don't think. See, there's just very little tension there. So I'm going to go again a little bit this way. So I'm bending this because it's designed for that. Okay, that moved it pretty good. Now let's try it again. That's a little too tight in my opinion. Like I said, I've done so many of these. So I'm actually going to push it the other way just a tad. It's easier to push than it is to pull it. I think that's about perfect. So we solved the problem, I think, with the RPM, because now it'll start slowing it down when it pushes that air vane out. So let me set the phone down in the tripod. we'll see. I mean, I solved the problem. It runs now. It just runs with way too high RPMs, and that was the only. I knew I could trust that coil to work because it's almost like brand new. So let's get the cover back on now. I'm not sure if I tightened that guy right there that holds the air vane on and the coil. So let me find a 1/4 inch socket and make sure this thing is tight. I don't want it too tight. I was about to take the tank off, so I don't put that on. So, oh yeah, that still works good. Okay, that's actually looking pretty good. So I've got to reinstall the tank bolt, tank screw, and we get a 1/2 inch socket for that. Now, before I snug that up too much, I'm going to go ahead and put the rewinder on. And get everything in place, and then I'll show you what I mean. See, I don't want to tighten that screw that holds the tank on yet, because if you do, then this thing gets tight in the wrong position. So I'm going to bring this up and at least get the get that screw started in there, so it's not falling out of position. I don't necessarily need to tighten this, but I do need to get it started. Hold line, okay, the hold is riding kind of low. I think I need to move my screw up a little bit. Okay, I think that's going in there pretty good. See, now at least it's in position, and now I can tighten the tank screw. And it's not going to be binding that thing. That screw in the front is fine. Let me go ahead and get that other screw on the other side started. That's this long one that it strips, so I'm having to use a longer one to catch the threads in the back. Oh no, I've got that in the wrong place. So here we go. Let's see. I need to back that. I might, maybe I can lift this up just enough. Nope. I'm gonna back that out a few more turns. Maybe, Well, I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna move that down with my fingers. I think we'll get under there. Let's try that. Drag that up, and I'm gonna take that thing out. I'm just hoping to avoid that. Yeah, because this has got to be in the right position. There, now that's in the right position. I'm going to go ahead and get this started. And this is the tricky one because it's stripped. Let me put a little WD-40 on there. Okay, it's penetrated and it's starting to go in. And now let me try the other side. The tank screw should be sort of holding that thing in place. Yes, it is. Let me do some WD-40 in there too. That will help. There we go. Okay. All right. So we got 3/8, and then one more, which goes in the front. I want to make sure I'm not pinching that spark plug wire, and I'm not. It's in the groove that's designed for that. Okay, so that's going in. All right, here we go. Let's snug these up now. Okay. That's the one I'm worried about. Okay, that's good enough. I'm going to cinch these up a little bit tighter. That's better. And that's better. All right, let's go back over here and look again at this throttle linkage. I'm convinced this thing's going to run right now. I'll show you how much tension's on here. I'm just pushing this with my finger. See that? Very light. But see, it's not getting caught up. It's not getting blocked. And everything's not being blocked anymore because I trimmed it so it'd travel over the top of that coil. All right, let's... I guess I'll go ahead and install the air filter. I mean, I don't necessarily have to do that just to test it, but well, where'd I put it? Let me see where I put that air filter and air filter housing. Where'd you go? There it is. Right there. That's the old metal kind. The modern ones you get are plastic, and I'll tell you what, you go to some of these hardware stores and it's amazing what they charge for just a little piece of plastic. So I definitely save these when I run across them. I often get mowers with no carburetor, no tank. Sort of like Helen had no carburetor, no tank. So obviously no carburetor. It didn't have an air filter housing. And this is the right position for this air filter. You don't want this point towards the front. It's designed to fit in that little groove. That way it's all snugged up and compact, so that's good. All right, let's try again. I think she's gonna start, and I think she'll run at a good speed now instead of like the space shuttle. Let's go find out. Get my ear protection on.